talk about this because
Okay.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did not get running back Michael Carter. He was claimed by the Arizona Cardinals, who had priority. However, according to Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers put in a claim on Michael Carter, as did the Washington Commanders. But Tampa Bay would have gotten him, but Arizona had priority. First off, that is extremely unfortunate and very sad that Tampa Bay could not get the running back of Michael Carter because he's a very good running back. But that does show that they at least tried, man.
Yes.
They at least tried to get
Yes.
Michael Carter. That's interesting to me because that showcases that the Bucs might be looking to add a running back. What are your
Yes.
thoughts and opinions on the Buccaneers making an attempt to claim Michael Carter? Obviously, it's unfortunate they could not get him, but shout out to the Arizona Cardinals. They got a good running back. They need running back depth also. So that's good for the Arizona Cardinals. But whoa, hold on. Tampa Bay Buccaneers trying to add a running back out of nowhere? That's kind of interesting. Like, kind of something I wasn't expecting them to actually put a claim in on. But it might be a little bit telling as to how they view their running back depth right now. Wouldn't you agree, Billy?
100%. Actions speak louder than words. And Dave Canales is always hyped up like Keyshawn Vaughn and everything like that. He's a very optimistic kind of guy. But that shows you that they know. They recognize it as a potential flaw as a whole in their offense and in their team and something that they want to correct and address moving forward. And you love to see it because at least they're aware. You could be in denial about something. You say, "Wow, we're going to get it going." Well, Chase Edmonds missed a bunch of games, but now he's back. We're going to hit the ground running. It's like, no, address it if you can, and they tried to. It's unfortunate, like you said. I mean, the waiver wire order is the waiver wire order. Anyone who's played fantasy football, you can very much relate to that. It's just luck of the draw. It's just how it goes. But yeah, actions speak louder than words, and the fact that they did put in the waiver wire claim shows you that they know and they're willing to address and understand that. Yeah, Sean Tucker, Keyshawn Vaughn, Chase Edmonds. It's not been a banner year.
I would say obviously Chase Edmonds isn't going to be going anywhere, but I would say that this certainly puts guys like Keyshawn Vaughn and Sean Tucker on the hot seat. They've been rotating those two going inactive on a weekly basis, right? And obviously that's unfortunate. Those guys do want to see some time and play some football for sure. But we've talked about these guys, all the different types of running backs that are out there. Miles Gaskin is out there. Could they maybe make an addition for him? And all the other different types of
Johnson,
say again.
Duke Johnson.
Duke Johnson is out there, right? The Buccaneers are doing their homework on some of these running backs. Obviously, Michael Carter is a young, recent running back, and so is like a guy like Miles Gaskin. But the Bucs are doing their homework. They're kind of exploring the idea of adding a running back. They have Patrick Laird on the practice squad. I don't necessarily think Patrick Laird is going to be a guy that they're going to be adding in the near future. Nothing against Patrick Laird, but I think Michael Carter might be a bit of a better running back than Patrick Laird, in my opinion. Possibly, right? Possibly. But it is interesting to see the Bucs doing their homework on that, Billy. Is that, in my opinion, that to me shows like, hey, they might make a move here soon. What do you think about the possibility of something like that?
I think it shows they're willing to make a move. I don't think they'll make one just to make one, but if the opportunity presents itself, obviously they're willing to
To get
go
an
for it.
upgrade.
Right. And I think that's all you can ask for. Okay. There's so many teams that sit stagnant and refuse to do things because they're stubborn. That's frustrating. That's annoying, right? When you see a problem, the best thing you can do is try and fix it. Sometimes the fix isn't always there. It's not available. It's not an option. But if it is, do your best to try and fix it. That's all you can ask for. So,
I agree, man. It's going to be interesting to see. It obviously depends on who is also available on the market. Because like if the Bucs wanted to make a move, they could have added Miles Gaskin by now, right? They could have added some of those other running backs that are available on practice squads, or Duke Johnson, who's just a straight up free agent right now, or any of those running backs that become available. Right, the Bucs could do something like that. Maybe now they're just starting to change their mind because they've been rotating, inactives on Keyshawn Vaughn and on Sean Tucker and whatnot. Maybe they feel like, okay, we love Rashad White. Sorry, we like Chase Edmonds, but we want another guy in there just in case. So it's an
let me
interesting,
can
yeah,
I throw a name out to the chat and kind of I want to get a feel for what you think and what the chat thinks?
yeah.
What about our dear friend, Ronald Jones?
I brought this up a couple weeks ago. Bring him back. Get the reunion going. That'd be a
And,
fun one. I mean, Jason
yeah,
Light has had a history with him. I would be down for it. We'll see if it happens,
I know,
but
I know he's very one dimensional, right? And you and I both have been
you
talking
don't
about
need
having.
him to be a receiver.
Well, I was going to say you and I have both been talking about how nice it is to have a two-dimensional or multi-dimensional back, and he's the opposite. But
You got Rashad White for that.
is he more effective than Keyshawn Vaughn? That becomes the question. And he quite literally was the starter over Keyshawn Vaughn. They were both on the same team together, and Keyshawn Vaughn was his backup. So, yeah, I'm going to lean towards he's probably more effective. And I'm also a little biased because scrolling on Twitter today, I saw somebody retweeted his 98-yard run against Carolina, and I was like, oh, man, that was that was a play.
What the
So,
good old days.
and again, explosion in your offense. It's nice to have is there any scenario where you can see a Buccaneers running back not named Rashad White breaking off a long run? Not even 98 yards. Let's just say 30,
Let's just
right?
say 20. How
So
about 10?
it's
I'll
nice to
get I raise you 5. Can anybody get a 5-yard run?
it's nice to have some explosion, even if again it's one dimensional. It's nice to just have somebody who's capable of bursting on and making an impact.
No, I agree 100% with that, man. I think it's an interesting name. And I think now you're seeing that willingness to at least consider a move, right? If the right guy is out there. Obviously, I think Dave Canales would have a big say in that. Jason Light would also have a say in that as well. He drafted Ronald Jones, and that matters. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It'd have to be a guy who's a fit for the offense, and we'll see if anybody else like that becomes available. But it looks like right now the Bucs are at least willing to try. So it's certainly interesting.